I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was going to be my coming out night.
There are many people that are in awe of Beyoncé because of the way she performs, the way she sings, the way she dances, the way she moves her body. To some people, they believe that she's one of the greatest performers ever, right? But what people do not realize is that Beyoncé has said out of her own mouth that there are certain things that she cannot do on her own naturally. She says that when she's performing, there is something that enters her, a spirit that enters her that enables her to do things that she could not do in rehearsal. Now, you think you're in awe of Beyonce, but you're actually in awe of an evil spirit that gives her the ability, the power to perform the way that she does. And I'm not reaching. She says this out of her own mouth. There are so many artists, musicians, singers, people within Hollywood that inquire of evil spirits. They do ritual sorcery in order to have some type of supernatural ability or spiritual enhancement to perform a type of way. All right. Y'all listen to this.
I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and nothing like Sasha. But I guess I wouldn't be very entertaining on the stage. So Sasha
I
comes
guess
out.
I wouldn't be
And
entertaining on the stage. So Sasha comes out. Sasha is her alter ego. It's a demon.
she's fearless. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. And
She can do things that I cannot do in rehearsal. I can try, but it doesn't happen. So when she's performing, Beyonce herself cannot do those things. She can't sing like that. She can't dance like that. That's what she's saying, right? She can't do none of that except when Sasha Fierce enters her. Sasha Fierce comes out or takes over, right? And I'm not saying Beyonce can't dance or sing without Sasha Fierce, but what I'm saying is there's certain things that Beyonce cannot do without this spirit.
I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was going to be my coming out night.
That is absolutely demonic. She raised her hands and she felt something come into her the first time, and that was her coming out night. That was Sasha Fierce coming out. That was her performing with an evil spirit. A spirit descended, it came upon her, possessed her, took over her. Now, you can't make this stuff up. So many of you are actually in awe of an evil spirit. You're in awe of an evil spirit. And it just reminds me of Simon the sorcerer in the Bible in Acts chapter 8, verse 9 through 11. It says, "But there was a certain man called Simon who previously practiced sorcery in the city and astonished the people of Samaria." Now, we all know that Beyonce practices sorcery. Her music, Oshun energy, Santeria, all that demonic African spirituality stuff. So a lot of people are, so Beyonce has astonished, she has amazed a lot of the people in the world, right? A lot of people in the world, claiming that he was someone great to whom they all gave heed, from the last to the greatest, saying, "This man is the great power of God." All they heeded him because he had astonished them with his sorceries for a long time. So Simon the sorcerer amazed people by his sorcery, by his power. He bewitched Samaria into believing that he was the great wonder of God. But in all reality, he was operating with demons. He amazed the people with his demons. So there's no difference between Simon the sorcerer and Beyonce, because Beyonce is amazing the people with her demons. and people believed her to be the great this and great that. But there is a demon called Sasha Fierce that enables her to do things that will bring people into this awe and ooh and oh my. How is she still moving and dancing and singing like this at this age? And she's flawless and she's this and she's the greatest of all time. There's a spirit at work. And that's why her songs are satanic.
For the BET Awards.
To Sasha Fierce, when does she show up?
Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the moment right before when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over for you. Then Sasha Fierce appears and my posture and the way I speak and everything is different.
Oh, Sasha's coming out.
No, she's not.
Her posture, the way she speaks, the way she moves, everything changes because it's a demon. It's a demon. It's a demon.
She doesn't do interviews. She only performs.
Oh, she doesn't do
And I want you to know that Sasha Fierce is a marine spirit. Sasha Fierce is a marine spirit. It's a mermaid. That's what it is. Because she's into the whole water spirit, worshiping those deities in the water, Oshun, and Oshun is a deity in the water. Beyoncé has songs of her Oshun energy. So I believe that Sasha Fierce came upon her through her rituals and her going to the water and whatnot. It's a marine spirit.
No.
No, you leave her home for that.
Yes.
But no, is it like a process that happens too? Like you were talking about the high heels, like once the lashes go on and the makeup and all that stuff.
It's kind of like when I do a movie, becoming the character. Once you put on the wig and once you put on the clothes, you walk different. It's kind of this character that I've created over the years.
And how is Sasha Fierce different than I am?
Well, I know, definitely wearing that bodysuit. I could never walk out here and do that. If I'm on the stage and I'm performing, I would. But, when I'm speaking and I'm myself, I wouldn't. I would feel a little ridiculous.
Does Sasha Fierce ever go home? Like,
sometimes, but not often. Only on special occasions.
She never show up she shows up sometimes at the house. Yes.
But definitely when I'm nervous or whenever I have to perform, whenever I have to do choreography or something that's difficult, and it's no different from anyone else. I feel like we all kind of have that thing that takes over when it's.
No, we don't. No. You're talking about something that enters you. You're talking about something you've named as Sasha Fierce, something you've created over the years, something that takes over you, something that can do things that you can't do, something that doesn't feel shame when it wears certain clothing, but when that something isn't projecting itself in that moment, you feel the shame. You wouldn't wear these type of clothing if Sasha Fierce wasn't at the surface. This stuff is so demonic. This stuff is so demonic. Like Beyonce's a witch. Hey, man of God, why are you covering stuff like this? Why? Because there's so many Christians that listen to Beyonce. So many Christians that are bewitched. These people receive the power from demons to perform at a certain level, to capture people's souls. And this is old footage, right? But I'm showing you guys, who she was back then and who it made her. Now she's out in the open like never before, which is more intense. The music has gotten more demonic, more African spirituality, more witchcraft, more sorcery, more water spirits. She's coming out and saying Oshun energy, ancestors this, ancestors that. Diabolical.